Takže zdravíme vás na YouTube klubovny a dneska jsme tady na Rock for People's Crisis Against the Current. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us. Since it's quite still early, have you even had the time to look around the festival grounds for a bit?
No, I walked in here and I got ready and that's all I did. This is really early for me also on tour. Like when I'm home, I wake up really early. But when I'm on tour, my schedule is like totally flipped. I'll go to bed at like 5 a.m. and I wake up at like 2 p.m. So
yeah, I guess
this is like really early for me.
The tour schedule must be crazy. And right now you're near the middle of your summer tour. So I actually wanted to ask, like, how are you doing? And do you have any secret tips and tricks to keep the energy levels up during touring? Because it must be so demanding.
Yeah, I think... So I'm doing good. I think we're really lucky on this one. It's because it's a mix of festivals and headline shows. The festival sets are typically shorter than the headline, so it's kind of a nice break. And also we play earlier in the day. So like today, for example, we play at 2:30 and then we're done. My day, like we're doing this first, so my day's done at 3:30 and then I just have the rest of the day to do anything. And then when it comes to keeping energy up, I think, honestly, I don't know. I just have like a switch that goes on for the show. No matter how tired I am, I'll have energy during the show, and then after I'll just like crash again.
Oh, yeah.
Also like energy drinks.
So since you mentioned you will be done quite early, are you going to maybe hang around the festival for a bit, or do you just need to get on the bus and get going again?
I mean, we'll be here, yeah. Sometimes depending on who's playing what day that we're playing, I'll go watch some of the sets and stuff. My problem is I'm so short that like when I go like out into a festival and I like try and stand in a crowd at all, I can never see anything.
Oh yeah.
No matter what. Like I have to stand all the way far back if I want to see the screens or something, but if like I'm like anywhere in the crowd, I've never been able to see a show in my entire life. So yeah. It's so I'll, like if I can watch from like the side somewhere, like I'll be able to watch. But yeah. Also my sense of direction is terrible. So when I go to a festival, I'm like I get lost so quickly. I'm like I don't know how to get anywhere.
Now, you've mentioned you're playing both festivals and headline shows this tour.
Yeah.
So what's it like playing in a club one day, then going to a big festival stage? And which do you prefer, maybe?
It's pretty cool, actually. It's nice because the days are much more varied. I feel like on like a normal, just like all club tour, it starts to feel a bit like Groundhog Day, where it's like you're living the same day over and over and over. But with the festivals added in, it's kind of, you get variance. And I also think the festivals are amazing because we get to play on these big stages and we get to meet a lot of new people. There's a lot of people who are coming to the festival that maybe have never seen our headline show before. And they'll be like, okay, I'll check out Against the Current now. You know, I've never seen them. So we get to meet a lot of new fans. But then the headline shows are the people who just really want to be there. They really care. So I think festivals have made me appreciate headline shows a lot more because you go there and every single person in that room has bought a ticket to come see you. So every single person there wants to be there, is singing the words, knows the words. There's like a different energy. So I think in that sense, for me, I'll always prefer the headline shows. But I will say the festivals we've been playing so far this year, it's the most people that already know us that we've ever played to. So I can actually like hear people singing the words now for the first time. Whereas like when we played festivals 5 years ago for the first time, no one really knew the words. It was kind of like, oh, I know this band sort of. So festivals are growing on me, but I love a big stage.
Oh yeah, I guess that festival really shows up the growth of the band because it's like, oh, okay, these people are.
Yeah,
really
I was surprised. Yeah, like I when we play festivals, I always expect to not. I expect people to have heard of us, but not really know us as an artist. Like maybe not have come to a show, don't know many songs or things like that. And then we just played a couple of festivals in Germany last weekend, and they're big festivals. And when we played it years ago, no one knew us. Like they were like, oh yeah, I've heard of you guys type thing. But then we went and I could hear them singing like the words and I was like, whoa, this is a big difference, you know? Especially when you're playing a big stage and you're outside, it's like if the crowd's not loud, you don't hear them because it's like the sound just gets lost. So to be able to hear the crowd singing the words, I was like, oh, whoa, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Now, this is your first festival appearance in Czech Republic, but you've played Prague many times. I think the last time was in November. So do you have any memories to that show or just connected to Prague in general?
I mean, I love playing in Prague. The city is so beautiful. I remember like so clearly one of I think our first time here it was warm out. I don't remember why we were here then because it was warm, but it was such a beautiful day. And I remember walking around the city thinking it was just so beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. So I love playing here. Also, the fans here are amazing. They're always so good to us at our headline shows. So it's really fun to be able to play a festival here for the first time. Also, I used to take figure skating lessons when I was little, and my instructor was from here.
Oh, really?
And I remember being like 10 years old, and he was like, I'm from Czech, and I was like, what's that? Like, I was like 10. I didn't know anything about the world yet, so, and didn't think I would. It seemed like this faraway place, and I remember the first time we came to play here, being like, oh my gosh, Lee's from here, like, and I'm finally here.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned that festivals are a great chance to gain new fans or get more people into your music. So I'm wondering, if you were to recommend a song to start with for someone who wants to get into Against the Current but maybe doesn't know where to start, which one would it be?
It's kind of tough because there's a few different like Against the Currents. I think there's like poppier Against the Current, and then there's rockier Against the Current. I think Weapon is our biggest song, and it's, to me, the one that most defines Against the Current now. So I would probably say Weapon. I would probably also just say the whole Fever EP. I would just say listen to that, because I think there is like with like Burn It Down is a little bit poppier, so that gives you the poppier sound. So I would be like, it's 7 songs. It's not too much time. Just listen to that one.
Yeah, that's actually why I was asking this, because you're a band that isn't afraid to change their sounds, maybe between the EPs, the LPs.
Yeah.
So in one way, it's a big advantage because everyone can find something to love. But on the other hand, it gets harder to keep all their fans on the board, maybe. So maybe what's your take on that?
I think we went through a big transition a couple of years ago where we did kind of shift fan bases a little bit. I mean, we have a lot of fans that have been with us since the beginning, but I think, a few years ago we saw when we did Past Lives, we kind of went like down a little bit because it was so poppy, and it was. There was a moment where it's like, do we keep pushing pop and rebuild, or do we go rock and rebuild? And I think for us, it was just, let's just do rock, because that's just what's truest to us. But yeah, I think luckily for us, our fan base as well is like their music taste is really diverse. Like we have fans that love metal, and we have fans that love Taylor Swift, So it's nice because we're kind of this weird middle ground where they can kind of merge their interests together, and yeah. But I think our sound is most like the Fever EP is the most like, oh, we've kind of found this, and I think Fever is similar to Gravity. So I think we've kind of like locked it in. We've been circling the drain for a while, but I think now we're kind of like, oh yeah, that is where we live.
Okay, I mean, speaking of Fever, it's been quite a while since that one came out.
Totally.
And we've had a couple of singles from you since then, but is there maybe something bigger cooking up that we can look forward to?
We haven't started it yet, but we will start working on it. I think we are like the slowest band in the world when it comes to writing albums.
Well, take your time.
Yeah.
It's needed. But we've also had some new music. You've been featured on Barely Breathing.
Yeah.
With From Ashes to New, and on Caught It recently, like 2 weeks ago, I think it was. So in the future, are you maybe open to more collabs? And who would be your dream artist to collab either on stage or in studio?
Totally. I love collabs. The Barely Breathing feature was cool because those 2 collaborations are so different, because the Barely Breathing one was a song that they had already released, and it was already written and everything like that, and was just kind of, hey, come in and sing this verse. So that was really fun, because you kind of just get to jump into another artist's world. And then the Caught It feature was, I am such a big fan of Voila, and then I kind of just like posted about being a fan of them, and they reached out and were like, hey, like, why don't we go in studio together? So we wrote that song from scratch together, which is, I've never done that with a feature before. Usually it's kind of like, hey, the artist is like, hey, I have this song. Do you want to like come on? But that song was written entirely from scratch with me, Gus, and Luke, and Hosu. And that was my dream collaboration, because they're my favorite artist in the world. And then also they've become like some of my best friends now, so.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And especially since you were involved in the whole creative process.
Yeah, it was fun to write it like start to finish. That was like the day we met and we wrote it, and it was kind of just like one of those magical moments where you're like, everything just clicked all together.
Okay, amazing. And since your show is getting close, I just want to ask if you have any final message for your Czech fans.
Just thank you. Honestly, the Czech fans are always amazing. Every time we come here, we feel so welcome. We feel so loved here. The show is so much fun here. The energy at our last show was like one of the best shows we ever played. We had the best time ever. So thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
That will be all from us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.